Hola familia, my name is Douglas. I am a mechanical engineering student that will be graduating in May 2024. I am your current technical affairs chair, and I'm going to be running for the secretary position for the next academic year. So, for those of you who don't know it, I'd like to share how I started getting involved in SHPE. So, my first interaction with SHPE was actually at the second general meeting my freshman year. I was too scared to go the first time. But as soon as I walked in, pushed myself, I went with my roommate, a little confidence, moral support. Sat down, literally 2 seconds after, president walked up right to me. He's like, hey, you're new. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Striking up a conversation. That just threw me off, but in a good way, because I started attending more events. I started attending Lone Star Showdown, the little football competition that we have, and fell in love with it. That one event probably projected my involvement in SHPE. This is my 4th year now, and I have nothing but good things to say. I've had multiple positions, been part of committees, I've been part of little mentorship programs, the little robotics one, and I can honestly say that I've learned so much, and everything that I've learned throughout these 4 years has put me in the best position to go and be a secretary, especially now, on top that I have the technical skills that I've learned as a technical affairs chair. So I've dealt with the website, I've dealt with newsletters, but I've dealt with all those little technical roles. So I feel that I'm perfectly ready for that. I do believe that I am the best candidate to succeed in that role, and I'm ready for any questions that you might have. So thank you.
Great job, Douglas. Congratulations on your nomination, and thank you for your speech. My question for you is, the secretary position requires working behind the scenes with various members of chairs and e-board. Can you describe how you work with others when they're unavailable or lack communication?
Okay, so for the first part of your question, I've worked with probably all the chairs at one point, all the e-boards at one point. So I'm fairly confident in my ability to reach out to people, ask questions, find out whenever something's gonna happen, where this specific flyer is. I'm confident in that. For the second part of your question, where it's kind of difficult, we all have lives, we're all students, we all have personal matters, which is fine. Everyone backs up each other. I've had times where I needed a flyer made for me. There's been times where I needed to help someone else out on their flyer with their RSVPs, and you name X, Y, Z. So it's just, we're literally a familia. Everyone covers each other's back, and I'm not gonna be the one to stop that.
Great job. First of all, really happy to see you running again. I think the first time I ran, we both ran together. So really impressive that you're still here, still running. But I can tell over the years, watching other people do the position, there's a lot of ideas that you've had, a lot of ideas they've had that you looked at and said, I could improve that, or I could do better, or I want to do this. So what are some things that you've seen over the years that you would say, I want to do that, or I want to improve that?
I appreciate the question. And first off, I literally watched our speeches again, and it was good. You deserved it, definitely. But to answer your question, yes, there are a lot of things that do need to improve in the secretary position, namely mentorship points. As good as that website is, it's terrible. And it needs to be transitioned over to some other platform. And I have a couple ideas, and I'm still gonna do more research on that. The other thing I wanna address is all the tedious work that we need to do to transfer the same thing across multiple platforms. So that can be automated. There's third-party apps, websites that can be used in order to do that. I've done a little bit of research, but again, I'm gonna do even more to implement more of that so that we can focus on other avenues.
All right. Thank you.
Great job on your speech. My question for you is, considering the secretary role can be somewhat of a full-time job, how would you describe your time management skills?
So time management, key for any position. Definitely do think that secretary is one of the most time-consuming positions. I will say that I'm no stranger to having multiple responsibilities, either personal or extracurricular. So even the tech affairs was kind of heavy. But at the end of the day, I'm committed to SHPE, I'm committed to the role, so I find a way. And that's all it takes. You know, like I mentioned before, you have support, people help you out, people have helped me out. And that means everything. So not only that, but more of like a straightforward answer is, you know, you have Google Calendar, I have my own little like Google Sheets that updates, you know, like by the second, counting down whenever assignments are due, and it has like different color coded. It's interesting. I can show you if you really want. But that helps me, you know, physically see that, okay, I need to prioritize this. Okay, this can be moved to this day. Go back into my Google Calendar, and that's kind of how I manage my time, and it's been effective so far.
Cool. Thank you. All right, I got 1 minute on the clock, so congrats again. And you did mention that you want to work closely with the e-board and chairs to provide the best representation of our 5 pillars. Which one out of the 5 pillars do you believe should be the priority?
So, not a lot of people know this about me, but I was Boy Scout. I am an Eagle Scout, and I think that the one pillar that we do need to focus on more is community outreach. It can be so fun. I went to my first community outreach event this year. I think it was last weekend at the food bank, and the food bank was so fun, guys. If you ever have the chance, you literally listen to music the whole time. You're joking with everybody, you're side to side, and that's how you build relationships, and that's why I love community outreach. And if I was given the chance to be here last semester, I probably would have been to all of those that I could.